Hey guys, it's Victoria. Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you that don't know me, I am an American living in Russia. And this fun video is about 7 strange ways Russian men have hit on me. And I'm not making this video to bash on Russian guys because I love Russian men. I'm married to one. This video is more for fun, entertainment, and to just let you know what you might expect if you are a different race or dark skin like me, what you might experience when you come to Russia. So listen and let's get started. So the first guy, let's call him airport guy. Oh my gosh, there's actually a few airport guys, but I'm gonna talk about this airport guy specifically because I ended up sitting right next to him on the freaking flight. He wasn't giving any creep vibes, but he just would not shut up. So he approached me because he literally was sitting right next to me, and I was just like, oh my gosh, let me act like I'm asleep. I don't want to talk to him. He's already looking like weird, like he's trying to wife me up right away. Like he was giving me those type of vibes. You know when somebody just keeps staring at you but they're not saying anything, and he just kept looking over like, I'm like, I don't know if he is giving me like he thinks he's giving me a seductive vibe, but it was just coming off very, very creepy, right? So he speaks to me, he's like, Здравствуйте, where are you from? All I said, speaking to me in Russian. And usually when guys speak to me, I kind of act like I don't know a lot of Russian because I don't want to talk to them. If I turn them down, a lot of Russian men here are so persistent. They keep talking, like they don't say, like it's different. American guys that I used to, okay, I turn them down, most of them will back away, most of them. But some of these Russian guys, they just won't leave. And I was stuck to him. I was stuck next to him on the whole flight. So he's literally asking me where I'm from, if I have a partner. He's acting like this is a first date, and I'm like, bro, I just want to sleep, please. So I told him, I was like, я не хочу говорить по-русски, я понимаю чуть-чуть, and that's literally what I always say. I don't speak a lot of Russian. I understand a little bit, so I could go to sleep. But he literally wanted to know my whole life story. He was just like, you're just so beautiful. Like, I just have to talk to you. And I'm just like, okay, but I just have to sleep. So anyway, that's how I got out of that situation. I told him that I have a partner already and I'm sorry. And I just want to go to sleep. And he was like, okay. And the whole freaking, it was like a 9-hour flight. I was like, please don't take a picture of me while I'm asleep. Please, because I was sitting right next to him. Let's move on to doctor. The doctor Russian, okay? And this one is crazy because I was actually with Fedor at the time. Like we were together. Usually when different guys hit on me, they feel a little more comfortable when Fedor's not there. So that's why I get a lot more guys coming up to me like any other guy. But this time, bruh. So we found this doctor online because at the time I was feeling sick and I needed him to check out my throat. So we get to the doctor's office, and decent looking guy, you can tell like maybe has a little money, he's older, he's like in his 60s, right? He looks at me like it's like he couldn't hide his expression, guys. And like I'm like, okay, I know you guys don't get a lot of black people in Russia, but come on, you gotta keep it professional, like for real. And the guy goes, wow. He said, she's so beautiful, right? I'm like, first of all, I'm looking a hot mess. My hair is crazy. We came in super early. I have no makeup on. I have a mask on. I'm like, how is he gonna say I'm beautiful with a mask on? Like, what is he doing? He's like, she's so beautiful, right? And I said, I hope this is not the doctor. It ends up being the doctor. So Fedor's already looking at him like, okay, you need to relax because he's all up in my face. So we sit down. I take off the mask. She's even more beautiful. Wow. He looks at my mouth. Her teeth are amazing. He said, you are beautiful. And it's like looking at my skin, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, please get out of my face. Then he was saying, he asked Fedor, he said, is this your wife? And I said, oh my God, is this doctor really gonna hit on me in front of my husband? And you're a doctor, like get out of here. And Fedor was like, yes, that's my wife. Like a little irritated. But what we're gonna do, like I needed him to check out what was going on to see if I was getting sick, whatever. So he's just going on and on. Wow, he said in Russian, it's good that you made her your wife. It's good. She's absolutely beautiful. And it's to the point where, okay, you compliment me one time, I take it. You compliment me second, third, fourth, fifth, it's getting a little uncomfortable because you're in my mouth. So my mouth is open, like, and he's in my mouth and saying all these things. And I know he came from a good place. But I'm just like, it's coming off so creepy. And after we were done, Fedor was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This has never happened to us before. And it was so cringe. And the doctor literally, he didn't find any issue saying these things, approaching me while Fedor was there, which was crazy. So literally he was not flirting with me, but he was crossing the line while Fedor was right there. And I could tell Fedor was irritated and said a few things. So let's move on to the third guy, which is the delivery guy. So this is when this one is very uncomfortable. So I ordered delivery. I think this was like my first or second time in the summer when we first moved to Russia. I was trying to figure it out myself because Fedor was out with his friends. And this guy, usually I meet them outside of my door so they won't know exactly where I live, but somehow someone buzzed him in before I could buzz him in. So he comes directly to my door, but usually I like to meet them maybe in the hallway or something so they won't know my exact apartment because I draw a lot of attention. You don't see a lot of people like me, so that's why. So he knocks on my door and I'm like, oh my God, is this delivery guy? Oh my God. I'm like, is this? So then I'm like, I text Fid, is that you at the door? Because no one rings our doorbell. Anyway, I open the door and he's just like standing there with the food like this. So I'm like, Привет, can you give me my food? And then he's like, wow, are you from Africa? Are you from Africa? And I'm just like, no. He's like, well, where are you from? Holding on to my food. And I'm like, bro, please. Like, I'm already on edge because I'm home by myself, you know? So I'm just like, please give me the delivery. He's just like, where are you from? Literally holding on to my food. So I'm like, do I really have to like get aggressive with this guy so he would leave my front door? He would not leave my front door. So now I'm just like, okay, I have a knife in the kitchen. Now I just start to get all of these crazy thoughts. Even though he wasn't trying to get inside or anything, but it just makes me antsy when I ask him to give me my food and he's still trying to like flirt with me and ask where I'm from. He's like, well, where are you from? I just want to talk to you a little bit. And I'm just like, no, this is my husband's food. Give me the food. So once I said that, he was just like, oh, and then gave me the food. But I was just like, bro, sometimes when I tell them like I don't speak Russian, even though I do, they won't leave because maybe they figured that I do. Maybe that's why. So that one was really, really scary. And I texted Fedor right away. I was like, this delivery guy was creepy. Give him 1 star. Very, very strange because he like would not leave my door. I was literally staying there for 5 minutes, and with a delivery guy, that's a long time. You're supposed to drop the food and leave, and he just wanted to flirt and talk to me. But oh, it was so scary, and I don't like that. That has happened to me in America only once or twice. Yeah. So, oh, cringe. Let's go to this next guy. This one, he was a really, really nice guy. We're going to call him nice guy because he really was sweet. And he didn't give me creep vibes until he found my social media account and I didn't even give him my name. That's when I was just like, okay, how did you find me? So I'm not going to say the place because he has my social media accounts and I didn't give it to him. I don't know how he found me, so he might find this video. But I was on my phone and I see him walking in front of me like multiple times, walking in front of me. And I'm like, what does this guy want? Like, I know he's not lost. I know he's going to try to talk to me or whatever. And he wasn't bad looking. He was good looking. But I'm just like, no, I'm taken. Like, I'm not interested at all. I'm on my phone. And then I look up and he's there. And he's like, I just had to come over and say something to you. I've never seen anyone like you before. I just think you're very attractive. I want to know where you're from and if maybe I can get your number. So I understood everything he said. But usually when this happens to me, I just try to be quick and say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, I have to go, you know? I'm not trying to entertain it. I'm just trying to get out of the situation. So we're in a place where it's hard to get out of the situation because I find out that he actually works at the place. Because I'm like, why isn't he leaving? So I'm just like, oh, I don't really understand what you're saying, right? So he repeats it slower in a different way. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't understand, right? Then he switches to English. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, I'm in deep doo-doo now. I have to respond to him. And he says the same thing in English, but like broken English. He's just like, you're stunning. You just like the most beautiful person I've ever seen. I wanted to talk to you, right? So I say, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. But I'm not interested. I already have someone. And then he's like, well, I actually work here. Maybe we can go out. And I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. Maybe he didn't understand my English. So then I switched over to Russian. I was like, okay, I can speak a little Russian so he can leave me alone. He was like, I understand, but can I follow you on something? I was like, no, I'm sorry. Like, I don't give out my information like that. And then he was like, well, I actually work here. If you need anything, I can give you discount code. Actually, I have to give away where we were at now because you will understand why I was creeped out. And he says, well, I'm actually a massage therapist, and if you need someone to massage, or if your back is hurting, I'll help you out, right? So I'm like, bro, get out of here. He was trying to lure me in any way he can, but he was so nice. So I let him down nicely. I was just like, I'm sorry, I already have one. Like, I'm not interested. So hopefully he doesn't watch this video, because like 3 days later, mind you, when he asked my name, I said, oh, my name is Vic, right? Didn't give him my last name or anything. 3 days go by. He finds me on social media, sends me like something in my DM, like some emoji, like heart eyes or something. And I'm like, how did this man find me? Like, this is so strange. How did he find me? I didn't give him any of my information. I don't see any of our friends in common. How did he find me? So that was really creepy. And I guess that's the downside of being on social media. But this next guy, we're gonna call him Sugar Daddy, because he wanted me to be his sugar baby, and I was not having it. This time I was with Fedor. We were at a restaurant, and the one we wanted to go to, they were like, we already have like over the amount of people for COVID. You have to come back in an hour or go to another one. We're like, okay, no problem. There's like 3 different bars down the street. We can just walk around. So Fedor's like, okay, go down there to see like what they're saying, and I'll go the other way. I was like, okay, no problem. So I go outside, and this dog comes up to me, and I'm a dog person. I was like, oh my God, a dog. And there's a lot of people on the street. Didn't get any creep vibes. I was just like, oh my gosh, I see a dog, but I don't see an owner. I'm just like looking at the dog because I was scared to pet the dog. I didn't want it to bite me or anything because I didn't see the owner. So then I'm like looking around. This sugar daddy comes out of the cut, comes out of the corner, and I look at him, and I'm just like, okay, maybe this is his dog, but I don't want to speak to him first. So like I'm look at him, and I'm like, okay, let me leave, because now it's getting weird because he's just like staring at me. This guy was definitely in his 40s, definitely saw a freaking wedding ring on there, and he did not give one F. So he says, oh, здравствуйте. And I'm like, oh, I don't even think I said hi. I was just like, you know, girls, when a guy flirts with you and you're not interested, and you're just like, that creep laugh. That's what I did. And he was like, you can pet the dog if you want. I said, no, it's a nice dog. It's so beautiful. He said, well, you are beautiful too. And this time I was not having, I was like, bro, come up with a new line. Like, all of them say the same thing. You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like you. You are stunning. Get a new line. Like, come on. And I was just like, and I panicked, and I just like walked away. And this, because it was just so creepy, I could tell he was just like a rich mofo, the way he was dressed with his dog. I just didn't want to get involved. I knew his wife was around the corner somewhere. That was the vibe that it was giving me. So I just ghosted, and I just walked away, and I was like, oh my God, let me just find Fedor. So that one was a quick, brief one. So this last one, I saved, I guess, the strangest one for last. So I was at a park, a park with my friends. I guess it was like, I forgot what it's called in Russia, but we're at a park, And I was with my friends this time. I was with two other girls, and this guy comes up to me and he says, "Oh, what?" And I didn't have my hair like this. I had my hair in braids. He said, "Your hair." He said, "Oh my gosh, wow." Then he gets out his phone. I'm just like, please, bro, no. And this last one this happened a while ago, like 2 years ago when I was in Russia. All the other ones have been recent. But I was like, why not tell this story? Because I'm still a little traumatized by this guy who literally tried to force photos on me. So, and I'm actually vlogging at the time, and I was so pissed that this happened, I didn't even finish the vlog. So I was with my friends vlogging, we were at the park, and he comes up to me, and he just starts taking out his phone, and I'm just like trying to get up the camera. I say, "What are you doing?" Like, this is when I get aggressive, because you come up to me, I don't know you. I don't know if you're sick. I don't know anything about you, and you just come up to me and try to take pictures. He said, "No, it's okay." He said, "Relax. I just want a photo. I just want to post a photo of you. You're so cute. I want to post a photo of you. You're so cute." I'm like, "No, right?" So he's like, "Yes, yes, yes." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Нет, хватит, пожалуйста. Нет, я не знаю тебя." I was like, "I don't know you. I don't know you. Stop, right?" And then my friend, who's Russian, and she's like yelling like, "Что ты делаешь? Хватит!" Like, she goes crazy, right? Because he's like so close to me. He's like in my personal space trying to take pictures, and I said no multiple times. I'm like, "I don't know you, no." And then he says, "It's for my girlfriend, please. It's for my girlfriend, please, please, please." I just couldn't believe it. Like, he would not take a no for an answer. So that one really pissed me off, because it wasn't even like trying to flirt or anything. It was just like aggressive that he wanted to get a photo and he would not take no for an answer. Since we're on the photo subject, a more positive photo subject than the other guy who was literally harassing me. This, I would say, let's call him Daddy-O. Okay, this Daddy-O, he was with his kid. I think I told this story before, and I was waiting outside for Fedora outside of the store or something, and I was calling my mom. I was on the phone with my mom, and my mom was like, "Why do you look like that?" I said, "This guy is standing in front of me with a kid, and I don't know what he wants." So he comes up and he's like, "Hi, I just want to talk to you. Where are you from? I see the ring on your finger and you have your kid next to you. Why are you talking to me, man? Why are you talking to me?" And he's like, "I just wanted to know where you're from." And I was like, "Why?" Like, he's like, "Because I never seen anyone like you before." I said, I understand. I've heard this a lot of times. Thank you so much. I'm actually busy. I'm on the phone right now." He was like, "Can I just take one picture? Just one picture. Please, please. For me. I'm like, "Why would I do something for you and I don't even know you?" I said, "No, sir. I'm sorry. No." And I'm looking at his kid like, this is so weird. Now your kid is going to think this is acceptable. I was like, "No, sir. Like, I'm busy." He was like, "Please. Why not? Why not? Please." I was like, no, please get out of my face. When people ask me for photos, I most of the time say no. If you're a YouTube fan, of course I would say yes. If you know me from anywhere online, television, YouTube, of course I'll say yes. But if you're a random person that just wants to take a picture with me because of my skin tone, it's a no for me. Like, it will always be a no. And I will always decline you in the nicest way possible, because it's like you're invading my privacy and I have the right to say no. So guys, those are the, I think, 6 to 7 to 8 ways Russian men have approached me. And I actually need to do a German one. I need to do a lot of ones. I have a Mexico one where this guy's mom literally kissed me on the mouth. She literally kissed me on the mouth and was trying to set me up with her son. Maybe I'll make a video about that. I was on vacation with my family in Mexico, and she kissed me on the mouth in the elevator and said, "Can you marry my son?" So maybe I need to just make videos from different countries about like what happens to me. Maybe I have an inviting face and I'm just like, it's the LA in me. I have no idea. And I'm making this video just for fun, just so you guys know what to expect if you are different, if you're Black, Mexican, or a different color or race than Russian, and you come to Russia. This is what you should expect, because your skin is different. They're gonna come up to you, they're gonna wanna talk to you and get to know you better and flirt with you. So I'm just thankful none of my experience ended in a traumatic way. I try to flee the situation before it could get there. So yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to put in the comments down below if you have been approached in a strange way, in a funny way, in Russia or anywhere around the world. Put in the comments down below whether it was a guy or a girl. Give me some tea because I want to read your stories. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Пока-пока.